but I hope you guys enjoy it. A man was interviewed today about the legacy of life. A normal walk home turned into a peculiar walk into the ground. Somehow he went from 5.5 feet over ground to 6 feet under. The interviewer asked, "Have you ever committed a sin?" He said, "If being a human being is a sin, then banish me now." He said, "I was already banished by rockets for the people around me." And he said, "I was already banished by shots in the dark for the people around me, but I did no sin. I was a crossfire casualty on draft for the army of the light. And now I'm with you. I have less reason to be here than the people who deserve to be, but there's no going back." Next person. "Have you ever committed a sin?" She said, "One day I almost cheated on a math test, but then I thought twice. And even after the bell rang, I thought it was sound in class, until I realized the bell wasn't strong enough to break glass. The bullet hit me like a shove, the stuff doesn't have any love." Next person. "Have you ever committed a sin?" He said, "When they moved in, I didn't know we had to leave. My mom and dad, we felt so naive, but we were doing the right thing, letting in refugees. But packed up and left Palestine, only to find that Syria brought forth even more hardship to my mind. My mom and dad died, and I was all by myself. I would sit back and pray with all the pain that I felt. All I wanted was to be the next refugee and to see if someone was to come and pick me up. But they were too late, so now I'm here, but I'm done with the questions." He looked upon the interviewer and said, "God, can I go with you? I've never wronged." He said, "God, I've never used your name as a mask in a calling for a false holy war." He said, "God, I've never sent a ball of destruction on 1,000,000 people at once." He said, "God, I've never went to schools and taken the lives of children, but I myself was taken as a child." He said, "God, I'm ready to go like every other kid like me must be, but God, most of the people behind me in line will have the same question. Why was I a crossfire casualty drafted into the army of the light?" And the response, "I don't take lives of the wise to feed how you're generalized. I test others to see what happens when innocents like you die." But they said, same as the 150 people from Paris and the 150 from Baghdad, from Columbine to Kuwait, Pearl Harbor to Palestine, Beirut to Baghdad, why were we chosen to be born in the roots of true bad? We only wanted to say, no importa que idioma se habla o que religión que practica, la vida humana es lo mismo. We only wanted to say, Mabihim shu emik ki wallah shudinna, kil benyadam wahad. We only wanted to say, no matter what language we speak or what religion we preach, human life should all be the same.